Welcome to the last event of the first quarter of this season of the Rolling Legends Invitational. This time we have the collective pursuit. We saw this event in the qualifiers, but first I'm joined with a special guest again, that Series 7 Speeders Fin 1 in the commentary box.
Hello guys, I'm back for the first time since Event 1. As we can see, the Lunar Outriders, after getting the gold from the distance drag, are in the lead, followed by the Sea Dragons and Ivory Impact. So far, no one's gotten 2 medals, and the Jazz Juggernauts are doing very badly so far.
And we have here the rules for this event, because this format is totally different that we saw in the qualifiers. So this time the third marble will set the time for the team, the base time, but we also have the separation time to count, and also if the team have one marble stuck, they receive a 1 penalty second. But if the team have 2 or more members that got stuck in the track, the run will be just considered a DNF for the team. And this is not likely for the team, because this is probably going to confirm that the team will get a bottom half finish. But we also have the other part of this format, that is the subtraction. The teams can reduce their final time, to obviously have a best overall time. That is, if the team have a lot of members, the more that your members finish first, the more points you get. So if in this case, for example, the Cobalt Forger member, they got first, so they would receive 8 points, and then we sum all the 4 points, and then overall we have the reduction time. That is, this we can see here in the screen, 1.7 seconds would be reduced for the time of the Kingfishers, and 1.9 seconds for the Cobalt Forgers time. And now let's comment about the run for these test teams. That is the Cobalt Forgers and Kingfishers. Again, they just swapped all the lanes, so we don't have a lane bias or something like that. But your guys are going to understand better the rules for this event, the new format of this event throughout the whole event. So let's continue about this. This time the Cobalt Forgers, they got again the win individually, but the Kingfishers had more members in the top, so I think they might be able to get the win here. And also, I forgot to say this, but we have 2 runs, because the times will be combined after the both times for both runs will be combined, so the team will have a final time, and this final time is going to just decide their position. So the teams need to get the most fast time as possible, and in this case the Kingfishers would win this with a 48.774, and the Cobalt Forgers almost more than 11 seconds behind the Kingfishers overall.
Alright, we're into the first heat with Lunar Outriders and the Jazz Juggernauts first and last place in the standings. Off they go. The Jazz Juggernauts are getting really close to the exit, and they will get the first member down into the Hot Wheels section, and they take the lead. Jazz Juggernauts have their second member. They'll get top 2. Lunar Outriders will get third and fourth. Jazz Juggernauts have a DNF, and they get 5th. Lunar Outriders get 6th. But they each have a member to DNF, and that is not really good for the teams. But Jazz Juggernauts will win this heat, both individually and as a team, and this is going to be good for them. And they take first for now, but they both get an additional second penalty.
And now we go to the second heat with the Swifties and the Prismatic Primroses. Both of these teams are not in the top 5 of the standings, but the Prismatic Primroses are ahead of the Swifties ones in the standings. I think they have a medal in the last event in this track. So after a very controversial first event, they had some okay results so far in this season. But in this case, the Prismatic Primroses have both of the members in the top 2 finishers, and they are going to also have the base time better than the Swifties ones, because the Swifties ones had a third marble to cross the line later, slower than the third member of the Prismatic Primroses. So, but let's see, we have so many things to consider before saying that if the time of the team is good or not to judge about it. So let's see. We need to consider the separation time, and yeah, in this case, the Swifties ones, despite not winning with the base time, with the added time and subtracting things, they are still ahead by just 6 million seconds. This is close.
Now we have the Starship Speedsters and the Glaciers. Starship Speedsters are quite high in the standings as they did get the inaugural silver. The Glaciers are still medalists as the Starship Speedsters and the Glaciers have their first moves go down. As the Glaciers are getting quite far and they have a DNF. Glaciers and Starship Speedsters already have 2 members finish. Starship Speedsters will win 8 and they have 4 of their members to finish. So the Glaciers only have 3, so that means they'll get an additional second penalty. But the Starship Speedsters did quite well. I think this might take provisional P1. But the Swift Swans might still be in first. The Starship Speedsters only do enough for P4, meanwhile the Glaciers take P6. It's not very good so far, as we go into Heat 4.
With the Coastal Crushers and the Appalling Projectors, none of these, I think actually the Coastal Crushers are having a pretty consistent season so far. They have only top half finishes. Their worst result so far this season was a 8th place finish. So, in the Appalling Projectors, despite 2 top 5 finishes in the first 2 events, they got last in the last event, so they need something in here. But the Coastal Crushers, absolutely domination. Look at this. The Appalling Projectors, they have 3 finishers, but one of them marble got stuck, so they will receive a 1 penalty second for that. But the Coastal Crushers, they have all marbles finished, and all the 3 members that finished first were in the top 5. Not only that, but I think it's going to be really fast. It's going to be a really fast time overall for the Coastal Crushers. And yes, the 19 seconds behind, sub 20 seconds for the Coastal Crushers. This is absolutely domination. Appalling Protectors only be able to finish P7 so far.
Now we're on to Heat 5 with the Ivory Impact and the Cotton Television, and I'm still shocked about how well the Coastal Crushers did. That is sure they're going to keep E1 for a while unless someone goes fast. The Cotton Coalition and the Ivory Impact are getting their first members down onto the track. The Cotton Coalition have 3 close to finish. If they got one of the members stuck, Ivory Impact will win the heat, and they will have everyone to finish. Meanwhile, the Cotton Coalition only have 3 members to finish. Coalition will get a 1 second penalty, but they start off so strong. They just needed better teamwork throughout that entire heat. Ivory Impact though did really well. Actually, it was the Ivory Impact member that got the Coalition members start. But the Ivory Impact only did enough for P7, meanwhile, Coalition only take P9.
Yeah, now I go into the
P6.
Yep, with Wise Watchers and the Shimmering Sunbursts. Wise Watchers have a silver medal in the balancing event, but Shimmering Sunbursts also another team medalist in this season so far. But despite the medal of these Wise Watchers, their season is just being completely inconsistent. 2 bottom half finishes and then the silver medal in between those results. And in this case, oh my god! Remember when I said that if the team get 2 members stuck, the run will just be considered a DNF. This time that happened with the Wise Watchers, and what a disaster for the team. The Shimmering Sunbursts are going to get a easily victory here compared to the Wise Watchers, but still only be able to P6. Oh my god, their times were not that great, but Wise Watchers, what a disaster. And now we go to the heat number 7.
Station Choir and Vermilion Velvets are up now, and that is bad for the Wise Watchers, and that's not going to help them a lot. The Vermilion Velvets are getting one of their members close to the exit, and they will exit first as they head down, and they go really fast, and they will get the win individually. Station Choir get the 2nd and 3rd places, Vermilion Velvets get the 4th placer. The Vermilion Velvets are 1 stuck, and Station Choir did really well. The Vermilion Velvets will get a 1 second penalty, but the Station Choir did quite well on that run. But the Vermilion Velvets, that 1 second penalty will be dragged down because of the separation time between the first and 3rd members.
Yeah, only P9 and P13 for both teams.
Now we head into the final heat of round 1.
With the Sea Dragons and the Glowstones. Sea Dragons, gold medal in the balancing event. The other 2 results are being really mid. but their season so far has been pretty good so far. Glowstones in the other side, completely opposite. Oh, and they have, I think I saw 2 marbles stuck, if I'm seeing correctly. I think the Glowstones might get a DNF here. Oh my god, the Sea Dragons almost got a marble stuck, but oh my god, what a run for the Sea Dragons compared to the Glowstones. Absolutely domination. If we compare this run with the Shimmer Snowbirds and the Wise Watchers, I think this one is just way domination for the Sea Dragon side. Glowstones, oh my god, their season is just not being good so far.
The Glowstones only have gotten one top half finish this entire season, and that came from the distance drag. And the Glowstones will currently be P16, while Sea Dragons take P10 for now. As we can see the standings, Coastal Crushers are currently going to win the event, followed by Swift Swans and the Prismatic Primroses. The Glowstones and Wise Watchers both have a DNF, but the Wise Watchers are better placing because of how far down their DNFs were.
Yeah, now we start the second run. Like we said here, we have 2 runs for each heat, so we both combine now the time. So this run now, the second round is really important for all the teams if they want to pass the Coastal Crushers in the lead. And oh, what a close battle here we have for the win, and also for them to reduce more their times between the Jet Juggernauts and the Lunar Arch Riders. Lunar Arch Riders, of course, are leaders of the standings, and Jet Juggernauts the last place team. Let's see if the Jet Juggernauts can get away with this and win this round ahead of the overall time, actually, because they won the first round. But let's see, I think this round the Lunar Arch Riders might be able to get the win here. And yes,
the Lunar Arch Riders will take the... Oh, just looking for currently P2. Now we're heading into the next round. We have Prismatic Primroses and the Swift Swans for their second run. Off they go. The Swift Swans are getting quite close to this exit, and they will... Oh, Primroses technically. The Swift Swans are getting done quickly. The Primroses have a DNF. Swift Swans and the Primroses both have 2 members to finish. Primroses get the win, and that was quite quick. Swift Swans will take second, and that is going to hurt their original time because that separation was bad, and they had that DNF, and the Primroses will win this heat because they did get there from going quicker.
Yep, what a disaster. Yeah, what a disaster by these 50 Swans in the second round. They got second overall. They were in second here, and now they are dropped to last for the combined time.
The Primroses have P2 for now, as we head into heat run 3
with the Glaciators. Yep, with the Glaciators and the Starship Speedsters. Once again, we've seen these guys. Starship Speedsters, they sit in 5th so far after the first round, so they have an advantage here. If they get a good run, they might be able to get the Coastal Crushers, but let's see. Everything can happen here. So they Starship Speedsters have the individual lead, so but it is not exactly great if your marble just won, and your all team need to be quick in this track. And in this case here, I think the Glaciators might be able to get this run, like the win in this run. But in the combined time, let's see, because it looks like a little bit slow this run for both of these 2 teams. But let's see. The important here for all the teams, they need to be quick so they don't have much separation between their members. And also, yeah, oh, but still the combined time, actually both of the runs worked really good. 90 seconds for both runs, but the Starship Speedsters, because of the first run, they are ahead in P2.
That does help when you have all members to finish in both runs. Now we have the Coastal Crushers and the Polar Protectors. All eyes here on the Coastal Crushers, see how well they'll do. As the Polar Protectors will get the first exit again, and they're getting quite well. And the Polar Protectors will win heat individually. The Coastal Crushers do have a really good time, and that might actually help them keep the win. But the Polar Protectors are going to get a really good run, as both teams do have everyone to finish. But we'll have to see where does this put them. Polar Protectors did really good in that run with their members, but it's going to help with the separation. And the Coastal Crushers do win the heat again, but the Prom Protectors will take P7 and Coastal Crushers have the lead still as we enter Heat 5.
Continental Coalition and the Ivory Impact to go next. Both these teams are sitting in the mid pack or low in the after the first round. The Ivory Impact are in 8th after the first round, but the Continental Coalition only 12 after a pretty bad contact that they had with one of the Ivory Impact members. In this case here, the Continental Coalition got the best base time, but let's see overall, because the Ivory Impact actually have a 1 marble stuck, so they will receive a 1 penalty second for that. But I think it's going to be an easily victory for the Continental Coalition in this case. I was thinking like maybe if the separation time for both teams were better, good, but in this case I don't think it's going to matter because the Continental Coalition might be able to get this one. And yes, but any of the teams were able to improve much their times. Only 49 seconds and 53. Ivory Impact actually in last so far.
Now we have the Shimmering Sunburst and the Wise Watchers. The Wise Watchers need to get time or they might secure last. It depends on what the Glowstones will do, as they are all spinning in the funnels, and the Wise Watchers will be the first one to exit the funnel, and the Shimmering Sunburst are battling. The Wise Watchers will win the heat individually. Shimmering Sunburst are quite good. The Wise Watchers will get 2 of them, and the Shimmering Sunburst will get their last one down. But the Wise Watchers, they're going to get last. The Wise Watchers will have both members DNF in both runs, and that will secure last unless the Glowstones get everyone to finish.
Oh my god.
Time.
The Wise Watchers.
But also that, the Shimmerings did have a good run, and that's P5 for now. But the Wise Watchers do need to improve. They've only gotten 1 top finish, and there was that silver from balancing as we headed into Heat 7.
With the Vermilion Velvets in the Sedition Choir, but oh my god, I'm still in denial of this run by the Wise Watchers. What a disaster teamwork that they had, showing a complete opposite that they had a beautiful teamwork in balancing, but this case was a complete different. They just have atrocious. Both runs were just a disaster. In this case here, with the Sedition Choir and the Vermilion Velvets back in the game here, Sedition Choir will have 2 members stuck. Oh no, again, oh what a disaster for the Sedition Choir. They were just barely behind in the bottom half. They were in 9th place after the first run, but they were hoping that they have a valid run to maybe secure a top half finish, but in this case it's just going to be a complete opposite. It's going to be a bottom half finish confirmed for this team, because despite having the first valid run, they only will be able to get P13, and the Vermilion Velvets, wait a second, over 1 minute. What a disaster run for both of these two teams, and they would just have 1 run to go.
The Glowstones and the Sea Dragons are up. The Glowstones need to get a time if they want to secure some points. And luckily the Citation Choir have secured points with that round 1 time. Let's see how this is going to go. The Sea Dragons are getting the win as it stands with their first member. The Glowstones are battling, and the Sea Dragons are doing quite well. They get the individual win. And the Glowstones will get points as they get everyone to finish, I believe. And the Sea Dragons will get both members to finish, all members to finish in each run. We'll have to see where else put them. Glowstones are guaranteed to not win the event with that first round. But can the Sea Dragons challenge? No, they won't. And that means the Coastal Crushers are the winners. Sea Dragons place P6 and the Glowstones get P14, I believe. The Coastal Crushers are the winners of this event, followed by the Lunar Outriders for a really good improvement, and the Starship Species who are consistent throughout both runs. And Coastal Crushers do have the best solo run.
This is a very interesting podium that we have here, because all these teams have podium before, so we have not rookies in this podium. We have just veterans here in the podium. I think we can say that. But this is the podium, everyone, with the Lunar Outriders. Again, another medal for this team. after Golden last event, they are definitely in a good form. Coastal Crusaders, I think this is the only team that have only top half finish so far this season, and by 1 point, the Lunar Chargers are leading these standings. Coastal Crusaders and Starship Speedstars are closing behind. Sea Dragons and the Ivory Impact fall a little, but oh my god, Glowstones are still in last, and they now drop to last. Juggernaut somehow jumped to 15, but thank you so much, Peterson, for joining me here, and we're going to see us back to the next event of this time for the B League. Goodbye, everyone.